Selamat sejahtera. Welcome to Group 4. Right now, we are going to discuss about Vibrio cholarae.
My name is Huing Tong. My matrix number is A01944.
Let's start with an introduction to Vibrio cholerae. This is a gram-negative Comanche bacteria responsible for causing cholera, which is a severe diarrheal disease. Cholera can cause to rapid dehydration and even cause death if not treated properly. What makes this pathogen particularly dangerous is its natural presence in aquatic environments, especially in brackish and marine waters. This allows it to easily contaminate water supplies and food sources, particularly seafood, such as prawn, fish, etc., to create a significant threat to public health in areas with inadequate sanitization. Moving on to the key characteristic of Vibrio cholerae. First is morphology. It's a curved rod-shaped bacteria with a single polar flagellum to make it highly motile. This motility helps it to reach and colonize the human intestine. Next is adaptability. Vibrio cholerae thrives in a range of pH levels from 6.5 to 9 and can survive in temperatures between 20 to 37 degrees Celsius. It also forms microfilms which protect it from harsh environment and improve its survival chances. Its virulency factors are critical to understand its pathogenicity. It produces cholera toxin which disrupt the electrolyte balance in our intestinal cells, leading to the severe diarrhea we associate with cholera. It also has enzyme enhances that help it stick and colonize the intestinal lining. Lastly, we have its strains. The most common ones causing epidemic is 01 and 0139. The non-01 and 0139 strains can cause minor infection but still a concern in food security. Now, let's look at the prevalence of Vibrio cholerae to food safety. It's primarily transmitted through contaminated water and food. A common example including raw or undercooked seafood like oysters and shellfish, as well as fruits and vegetables washed with unsafe water. This contamination can lead to devastating public health impact, especially in areas with poor sanitation or during natural disasters. In such condition, cholera outbreak can be spread rapidly, affecting dense populated or resource-limited areas. For the food industry, this poses a significant challenge. Proper monitoring of seafood and water sources is critical. Additionally, maintain the hygiene and sanitation during food preparation and processing is essential to minimize the risk of contamination.
My name is Aini Anisha and my metric number 8202016. The first toxins produced by Vibrio cholerae is the cholera toxins or CTX. CTX is an azotoxin and enterotoxin with an abified structure is the key driver of cholera's severe symptoms. Once inside the host, CTX disrupts cellular signaling by increasing cyclic AMP or CMP levels. This leads to excessive water and electrolyte loss, resulting in the characteristic profuse water diarrhea, also known as rice water swirls. Another crucial virulence factor is the toxin coagulated pili or TCP. These are classified as adhesive pili and serve as surface appendages that allow Vibrio cholerae to adhere to intestinal epithelial cells. TCP also promotes microcolony formation and protects the bacteria from being cleared by intestinal motility. While TCP itself is not a toxin, it is essential for colonization of the intestine. Without TCP, the bacteria cannot deliver cholera toxin effectively, making it a prerequisite for infection and diseases progression.
Next, the toxin that been produced by Vibrio cholerae is MultiX toxin. MultiX or multifunctional auto-processing repeats in toxin is a toxin that is secreted to the type 1 secretion system that helps Vibrio cholerae to invade our immune system. MultiX form pores in eukaryotic cells membranes and deliver effector protein that disrupt the actin cytoskeleton by weakening the cell structure, inhibit phagocytosis by preventing immune cells from attacking the bacteria, and suppress immune signaling, which reduce the neutrophil recruitment to the infection sites. By doing this, MultiX enables the bacteria to colonize the intestinal tissues and persist in the host. Next, we got the accessory cholera enterotoxin, also known as ACE. ACE contributes to the severe diarrhea seen in most cholera patients, as activates chloride ion channels in the intestine, disrupting the normal balance of ions like chloride and also bicarbonate. This imbalance causes fluid build-up, worsening the diarrhea and also helping the bacteria to spread to the new host. Lastly, HLAIA. HLAIA, also known as cytolysins or Vibrio cholerae cytolysin (BCC), will damage the host cells by forming pores in their membranes. This leads to ion leakage and also cell lysis. HLAIA target red blood cells, epithelial cells, and also immune cells, and weakening the intestinal barrier and impairing the immune response. This contributes to the inflammations, tissue damage, and also the bacterial persistence.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Sofia binti Muhammad Azrul and my number matric is A201783. I will be presenting on factors affecting toxic production for Vibrio cholerae. There are two types of factors, which are intrinsic factors and extrinsic factors, and I will be focusing on intrinsic factors. Intrinsic factors are those characteristics that are a part of the food itself, like pH, water activity, and nutrient availability. The first intrinsic factors are pH. pH refers to the acidity or alkalinity of the food. pH plays a major role in microbial growth because most bacteria, including Vibrio cholerae, have an optimal pH range in which they can grow. Vibrio cholerae grows best in neutral to slightly alkaline condition with pH range between 7 to 9, and acidic food with pH less than 4.5 generally will inhibit the growth of Vibrio cholerae. Next, water activity. Water activity measures the amount of free water available in food for microbial growth. It's important because Vibrio cholerae require water for growth and reproduction. The range of water activity for Vibrio cholerae is between 0.940 to 0.988 with an optimum water activity of 0.984. Last but not least, nutrient availability, which refers to the presence of essential nutrient in food. Nutrient availability significantly influences the growth and production of Vibrio cholerae in food. This includes carbon sources, nitrogen sources, for phosphorus and iron.
Hi, I'm Suryati Fitra binti Nora. My metric number is A201978. Today I will be presenting about the extrinsic factors affecting the toxin productions. The first one is temperature and the second one is humidity. First, temperatures. At extremely high temperatures, it can inhibit the growth of bacteria, causing the toxin production decrease. Same goes to the low temperatures. It can decrease the rate of growth of the bacteria, causing the toxin production also decrease. But at optimal range, Vibrio cholera thrives and produce more toxin at temperature between 20 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius. The optimum condition for the highest toxin production is around 37 degrees Celsius. The next one is humidity. At high humidity environments, it able to support the growth and survival of the bacteria. As the bacteria thrives, the toxin production also increase. But at low humidity environments, it can lead to dehydration of the bacteria, causing the survival rate to reduce. Also, the toxin production also reduce.
Good day everyone, I'm Yongzi. Today I'll be discussing the sources of transmission for Vibrio cholerae, the bacteria responsible for cholera. First, let's talk about the surface of well water. Water sources can become contaminated when they are polluted with fecal matter containing Vibrio cholerae. Drinking or using this water can directly lead to infection. Next, seafood poses a significant risk, especially when consumed raw or undercooked. Seafood exposed to contaminated water can harbor the bacteria, putting consumers at risk if proper cooking methods are not followed. Finally, raw fruits and vegetables can also transmit Vibrio cholerae. These are often fertilized with uncomposed manure or irrigated with water contaminated with raw sewage, leading to bacterial contamination. In summary, the primary transmission routes for Vibrio cholerae are through polluted water, contaminated seafood, and improperly handled fruits and vegetables. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Abdullah Tiba Basir and my metric number is A202017. Okay, so I will explain about mechanism of infection. So there are three mechanisms of transmission. The first one is colonization of small intestines. The second one is secretion of toxin. The third one is disruption of ion transport. So I will explain it to the next slide. So this is the flowchart of mechanism of infection. So the first one is the colonization of small intestines. So Vibrio cholera survive the stomach's acidic condition and reach the small intestines, and it's using its belly to move and attach itself to the intestinal wall epithelial cell. So the second one is toxin secretion. So the main virulence factor is the cholera toxin and exotoxin. This toxin bind to the intestinal epithelial cell. Once it's bound, it activates the adenylate cyclase, leading to the overproduction of CAMP. So the third one is disruption of ion transport. The increase in CAMP disrupt ion balance in the intestines. The chloride ion are released in a large amount, while sodium absorption is inhibited. This ion imbalance causes water be secreted into the intestines in a massive amount. So the result is severe watery diarrhea will happen, which is the key symptom of the cholera. If it left untreated, this can lead to the rapid dehydration and life-threatening complication.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Farah Fika binti Anwar. My matrix number is A20115. I will present about the foodborne illnesses. The Vibrio cholera can cause the cholera by infected of the intestine. It can spread in both epidemic and endemic. Cholera have been known for centuries. The first epidemic was recorded in 19th century and killed millions of people worldwide. Cholera can be classified into cell group O1 and O139 that have ability to produce the toxin known as a cholera toxin, which can cause the cholera. Next is non-O1 and non-O139 cell group that usually lack of the cholera only can cause a smaller outbreak and isolated cases of the diarrhea. Next, let's talk about the symptom. So most of people have mild or no symptom, but about 1 in 10 experience the severe symptoms such as watery diarrhea, vomiting, muscle cramp, and the weakness. The symptom of the cholera usually appear 12 hours to 5 days after the infection. Watery diarrhea can be described as the rice water stool because it's milky white color and needs to be treated quickly. Vomiting can cause dehydration, which can lead to kidney failure, low blood pressure, and death. So let's see how to prevent it. The illness can be prevented by taking the oral vaccine, which is effective in preventing and managing the cholera. Eating a cooked food is important as the cholera is easily transmitted into the contaminated food and water. Next, we should maintain the proper hygiene and always sanitize because it can spread through the direct contact with the cholera patient. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Nur Shamira binti Makari and my metric numbers is A2019X7. I'm going to present about population risk for cholera. Firstly is poor water, sanitation and hygiene condition. Cholera spread rapidly in communities with inadequate water and sanitation. People who lack access to safe drinking water are forced to rely on contaminated sources like rivers, ponds and shallow wells. And also poor waste management leads to frequent contamination of water supplies and open defecation significantly increase the risk of infection. The second one is children under 5 years old. Children under 5 are especially vulnerable to cholera because their immune system are still developing, making them less able to fight infection. The second one is dehydration progress more quickly in their small bodies, leading to severe complication. The third one is displaced population. Refugees and internally displaced persons are at higher risk due to the overcrowded living conditions, which facilitate the rapid spread of disease. And also the poor access to medical care, it will be delaying treatment during outbreaks. For the last one is climate change and environmental events. Cholera risks are increasing due to climate change and environmental factors. Firstly is flooding, disrupt sanitation system and contaminated water supplies. Drought force community to rely on stagnant or unsafe water sources. The third one is rising temperature. Rising temperature will encourage the growth of Vibrio cholera in water reservoirs. Thank you.
Hi and salam sejahtera. My name is Rosfarah Natasha binti Rosli. My metric number is A202085. Today I will present the conclusion of our presentation, which is Vibrio cholerae. Vibrio cholerae is a gram-negative comma-shaped bacterium responsible for cholera, a severe diarrheal disease caused by the cholera toxin. It thrives in aquatic environment, particularly in brackish and marine waters, and is transmitted through contaminated water or food, such as undercooked seafood or raw produce. The bacterium's ability to colonize the small intestine, produce toxins, and disrupt ion transport lead to rapid dehydration and potentially fatal outcomes. Factors such as pH, temperature, humidity, and nutrient availability significantly influence toxin production. Effective mitigation strategies include ensuring safe drinking water, proper sanitation, food hygiene, and target vaccination, particularly in high-risk areas and among vulnerable populations like children under 5 and displaced community. That's all from me. Thank you.